Alicia Malone. You're watching Movie Juice on your home of film here on Starfix. I'm at the Critics' Choice Movie Awards, and you know, 1 year ago in LA, this was my first shoot. So now I'm a little bit older, not much wiser, but ready for a great award season. Let's get into it. In tonight's show, I sit down with the lovely and talented Shailene Woodley, who plays George Clooney's daughter in The Descendants. I also get to talk to the amazing Gary Oldman about the beautiful new English film Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. While Renee Brack is back with her award season specials, and this week it's Lesson 2, The In Crowd. And then I'll give you a taste of all the action from the 17th Annual Critics' Choice Movie Awards here in LA. First, though, let's head over to Trailer Park and take a look at Steven Soderberg's next action-packed thriller called Haywire. This stars Gina Carano, whose name is probably only familiar to you if you're really into MMA, that's mixed martial arts. Soderberg saw one of her fights and the interviews afterwards and decided to create a character just for her. It also stars Michael Fassbender, Michael Douglas, Ewan McGregor and Antonio Banderas. I love the way all the male characters are really frightened of Gina's Mallory. Take a look.
He said to come pick you up. You're really starting to cut into my vacation time, so can we go, please? You're really not getting in the car, are you?
I don't think so.
She is our nation's most valuable weapon.
You got a car?
That's why they trained her.
Negotiations broke down. We just need somebody to go and get the guy.
Wow, that's actually real?
Oh, yeah.
That's why they trusted her.
I have an assignment. It's like a paid holiday.
Diplomatic plates. There is an emergency, slap them on.
You want me to be eye candy?
You guys would be like the perfect couple.
So why did they betray her?
Paul? Is the divorce final? Paul, are you there? Mallory.
And the Barcelona deal went down. To fix it.
You can tell me right now why you sold me out, or you can tell me when I have my hands around your throat.
We should be in her father's living room telling him that his daughter killed a man in cold blood.
Keep your eyes open.
I haven't shut my eyes since you were born.
This January,
Keep your head down.
finding the truth
Should I be nervous?
I'll let you know.
What do you know about her?
She was a Marine. She does something. There must be a reason for it.
will be her most dangerous mission.
She is a public threat.
What did you do?
I did what I was contracted to do.
But isn't there someone you should be calling to bring help?
You better run.
It's nice to see a woman with muscles and someone who looks like she could actually do all the stunts in the film. We'll let you know when Haywire hits our screens. Now let's take a look at The Descendants, a film that's been nominated several times here tonight, starring George Clooney. It's another comedy-drama hybrid from the brilliant Alexander Payne. It also features a great performance by Shailene Woodley. This young star is earning rave reviews, and I sat down with her at the Toronto Film Festival. Take a look.
23 days ago, my wife was launched from a powerboat and hit her head. I've always been the backup parent.
You have to help me with her. I don't know what to do with her.
And with Elizabeth in the hospital, my daughters are testing me.
Dad, this is Sid. He's gonna be with me. I'll be a lot more civil with him around.
Sup, bro?
Don't ever do that to me again. I have to go around and tell people what's happening, family and a few close friends.
I don't want to talk about Mom with anyone.
Look, whatever you two fought about, you have to drop it. Grow up.
You really don't have a clue, do you? Dad, Mom was cheating on you.
I love with Alexander Payne's films how he strikes this great balance between drama and comedy. Was that a hard thing to do on set?
No, I often joke when we were filming, I didn't know if we were making a drama or if we were making a comedy or what we were making, because we would do one scene one way and then we would do it completely oppositely, a different way. So it was really fun because you didn't really know how he was gonna edit it together. At least I didn't know how he was gonna edit it together. And Alexander has this innate, beautiful talent of taking 2 minutes of a scene and making you cry hysterically, laugh hysterically, and then cry hysterically again within 2 minutes. He's brilliant.
It's a story that I guess in a way could be told anywhere. I mean, a movie story or any story is two things. It's the emotional story, and then it's where it takes place, you know, physically where, and then among what type of people. And I just like that this story of a man whose wife is dying and he has to deal with his two pain-in-the-ass daughters.
Get out of my underwear, you freak!
Oh, okay, no.
Don't
Back inside, put on a swimsuit.
Why?
Now.
A real good job you're doing.
That's part of why I brought you here. You have to help me with her. I don't know what to do with her.
Now, what was it that you connected to the most about your character, Alex?
I loved that she didn't really know who she was or where she was in the world and who she wanted to be because she was, you know, a teenager going through her angsty period and had walls up around her, walls to not be vulnerable. And then she was forced in a situation where she had to be vulnerable. So it was fun to kind of take that hammer and break down those walls and portray this beautiful young lady in a mature, emotional way.
I saw George Clooney in the flesh for the first time a couple of months ago, and he does just have that charisma about him, doesn't he? This Hollywood star. What surprised you the most when you met the real George Clooney?
He is such a down-to-earth guy. Everything positive you've ever read about him is true. I spent 4 months with him, and literally so brilliant, so witty, so generous and giving and humble. And the thing that I guess surprised me the most is he is so grateful for everything in his life. He's one of those guys who's been given a lot of power and a lot of wealth and who has used it for positive.
Keep watching. After the break, we'll have all the grey carpet action from the Critics' Choice Movie Awards, and Renee Brack fills us in on another award season lesson. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Movie Juice, coming to you from the Critics' Choice Movie Awards. Now it's time for Renee Brack with another award season lesson, number 2, the in crowd, something Renee knows a lot about.
Lesson 2 is all about being in with the in crowd behind the scenes. And those big hitters of 2012 are probably just getting home about now from 2 major award parties. One night they were all saying g'day in LA.
Australia's always been a bed of talent. And I don't know if it's the isolation of the country that makes everybody an overachiever or not, but a little bit I think has something to do with it.
Then the next night, a lot of the same crowd rocked up to the Golden Globes. Now, before we get into lesson 2 of how to win awards, here's a look at the winners and gritters from G'day LA and the Golden Globes.
First of all, you have to look at the guy who's handling it all, which is Alexander Payne, and his track record. Look at the films he's done. He's done 5 films, and all 5 films are really wonderfully made films.
I think about each individual story, and if the story's interesting, it doesn't matter if it's a waitress or a queen.
In my right mind, I never would have released 2 movies within 5 days of each other. But that's sort of what happened here. It just kind of happened, and as we found out, they really weren't competitive. Tintin had a much younger family audience, and the great news was Warhorse was successful with a slightly older family audience.
Acting has I've never considered it, felt like I was working.
Look, it's a crazy weekend, really. We were at home in the Aussie sunshine a few days ago, sort of enjoying some relaxing time, and all of a sudden we're here at award season.
The in crowd this year definitely includes well-known hotshots like Scorsese, Spielberg and Clooney, and new-ish cool kid on the block, Alexander Payne.
It's nice that there's positive interest in my work.
Yeah.
Who directed The Descendants all the way to a Best Picture Golden Globe.
Sup, bro? Don't ever do that to me again.
Spielberg is a prolific producer-director who is clearly someone to hang out with if you want to win awards. His Adventures of Tintin won the Globe for Best Animated Feature.
Thanks. I'm Tintin, by the way.
Haddock. Archibald Haddock.
And if you're after great scripting to help you get gongs, it pays to hook up with writers like Woody Allen, who won the Best Screenplay Golden Globe for Midnight in Paris.
I had a private detective follow him. And what happened? I don't know. The detective agency says the detective is missing.
Notice how the award-winning directors, writers and producers make films that also get actors in the awards crowd too. Would anyone even know who that girl with the dragon tattoo is, Rooney Mara, if she wasn't directed by David Fincher, the guy who made Fight Club, The Social Network, Benjamin Button and Seven? I think not. So if you want to win, it makes sense to make friends with the cool crowd behind the scenes of major movies. So lesson 1 was get noticed with a great performance. Lesson 2, get in with the in crowd, the best writers, directors and craftspeople on the other side of the camera. Next week is lesson 3, get on a winning streak.
And the Oscar goes to Inception.
And you'll find out who is on one next time on Movie Juice.
All right, time to take a look at all the action here at the Critics' Choice Movie Awards. Let's go chat to the stars. Here with Andy Serkis. I was so excited to see that you're nominated, finally, right?
Yeah, it's a real buzz, actually. Yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, I suppose what's great is that it's sort of showing that there's a change in perception of performance capture, and it's not looked on as a strange other weird form of acting, but just sort of acting in its own, you know, on its own.
Being Hollywood writers, would you ever consider writing someone's award speeches?
Absolutely. Yes, I crafted Joe's, actually. Thanks me throughout the entire speech.
Napkin. It's on a napkin, I think.
If there's money in it, we'll write it. We have no morals.
How does it feel to be nominated tonight?
I'm thrilled. I'm proud, and I'm doubted.
And you acted silently? Bien, merci.
Merci.
Last time you saw me, my hair was gray.
Now it's a little grayer, just joking.
Wow. We have time for one more question.
How do you go on these red carpets? Do you have fun doing it? Do you get nervous still?
Yeah, I mean, do you get nervous?
No, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's not, you know, I mean, nobody's gonna hurt you, are they, out here?
I don't know about that. Watch out.
No, it's fun. Everybody seems to be so nice, so.
And is this the one night where you actually like the critics?
Well, you're forced to. You know, they've been very kind to me over the years here, so I enjoy coming here.
Now, the Critics' Movie Awards, is this the only night that you actually like critics?
No, I still don't. I still don't like them. They criticize me. No, I don't know. You can't, you know, critics have a tough job. They have to sort of be right there in the zeitgeist and be the voice box for people. They don't kiss your ass, and they tell it like it is, you know. And when you're in something that they hate, it really sucks. But when you're in something that they like, it feels pretty good.
I always like critics. Yeah. Those guys have got a tough job. They watch a lot of movies, so you know, I appreciate that.
I love critics.
I've got a bad word to say about those guys.
Critics are the best.
What's your secret to surviving this award season madness? Just look at Clooney and get all dreamy?
Yeah. You just did that.
No, I think an important thing is to be very respectful of how lucky we are, but just not to take it all too seriously. We're really living in a pretty lucky zone, and so, I don't know, it's just amazing to be here and see people that you're fans of and sit there and get to watch the ceremony. That's what I think about.
Yeah. Now, these are the people you suffer with your whole life, so when they turn nice, it's a nice feeling.
And so what do you think critics are looking for when they're nominating for these awards?
I haven't a clue, because I mean every critic has their own sort of perverse opinion.
I have no idea, but I'm with some great women, so I would have nominated them so fast for anything.
You're presenting tonight as well?
That's right.
How you feel about that? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm happy because we get to talk, we're talking to Sean Penn, and I think he's in Haiti, and we get to talk about something that's on a much bigger and more important scale than films.
Writers are not usually in the spotlight, but there would be no spotlight without them.
Thank you for noticing that. And you know what? I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Watch this. Writers aren't usually in the spotlight, but there'd be no spotlight without them. I like that.
You've had quite an amazing ride with all these films and the Help nominated tonight. How do you describe?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, actually, it's kind of super amazing because The Help and The Tree of Life are nominated tonight. And Octavia, Viola, and I are nominated. And Ensemble. It's insane.
What are some elements you think a film should contain in order to get noticed by critics?
Truth and character. Absolutely. Just real human emotion and truth. Absolutely.
Time for another short break. When we come back, Renee Brack fills us in on all the hottest Hollywood news, and I sit down with the cast of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. You're watching Movie Juice from the Critics' Choice Movie Awards. Now let's go to Renee Brack, who has all the hottest Hollywood news, including some goss on Joel Edgerton's next role.
Locked and loaded. Aussie superstar Joel Edgerton is in the new movie about the assassination of Osama bin Laden, to be directed by Catherine Bigelow, who won the Oscar for The Hurt Locker. Joel is also up for the prequel to 300, which made Gerard Butler a star. I reckon Bin Laden is a better bet, Joel.
Yoo-hoo! Osama!
Hollywood A-listers trekked out to the desert for the 23rd annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Angelina Jolie came out to support her man Brad Pitt in more ways than one. The actor, who was honoured at the awards gala, has been using a cane lately after injuring his leg while skiing.
Palm Springs is a destination to get out, for us to get out and away from LA and relax a little bit.
George Clooney brought along main squeeze Stacey Keebler, but has his mind on good pal Brad.
I want to see Brad in a cast. I hear he's hobbled, so I want to see that. I'm looking forward to that.
Also receiving accolades, Charlize Theron, Jessica Chastain, Gary Oldman and Octavia Spencer.
I'm so happy and proud that the Palm Springs International Film Festival saw fit to honor me with their Breakthrough Award tonight. I've been crying a lot, so I may cry a lot in there tonight. It's wonderful.
The next night, Octavia joined her co-star Viola Davis at a pre-Golden Globes party hosted by Audi. Both women are nominated for their roles in The Help.
You feel like you have to step up your game from the very beginning, whereas, most of the year I've been a slug, taking care of a baby and being home, having fun, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's into glam.
And that's it for Movie Juice News.
Now it's time to look at Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This is a great British thriller set in the Cold War, one of those slow burns that really makes you think. I sat down with the amazing Gary Oldman, Mark Strong and director Thomas Alfredson. Have a look.
I'm retired. There's a mole right at the top of the circus. He's been there for years. I need you to do something. You have to assume they're watching. If you're caught...
What the hell are you doing up here?
You can't mention me. He's a fanatic, and the fanatic is always concealing a secret.
For me, this film is all about the details, the little details that add up to the overall feeling of the movie. For example, in the script, I feel like there's a lot that's unsaid, particularly with your character. It's almost like you're acting in between the lines or the subtext. Is that right?
Yeah, the script was very much like that. I mean, you have a task ahead of you when, well, not me, but Peter and Bridget, the writers, had a huge task ahead of them of condensing the book into a 2-hour movie. Le Carre calls it's reducing the oxen to a bouillon cube, and a lot of the dialogue is pared away, and one tries to do it with an image and 3 lines and a look, but you always felt supported by the book. That was the subtext.
You've got such an amazing cast. Every great British actor in this one. That must be fun as a director, kind of like if this is your chess game, there's great little chess players to play with.
It is, and it's quite easy to be talented yourself if you're surrounded by great talent. So,
Yeah.
so it in many ways it wasn't hard. It was just a nerves thing for me.
I know most of them, and I've worked with most of them over the years, so they're all kind of friends. The acting family is interesting because you tend to all come together, and while you're making a film, that is your family, and you all become very close because you have to open up with each other way more quickly than you would than, say, normal life.
I appreciate any film that makes you work a little bit as an audience member.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's quite refreshing that the film makes you work and that it doesn't undermine how smart you are.
A film is a broad church, and there's room for everything: kids' movies, horror movies, whatever. But even in the world of the spy genre, James Bond and Jason Bourne take care of the dramatic side of that, the fantasy side of the spy world. But what I love about this is it tries to give you some sense of what it must really be like to be a spy and not trust anybody around you. And to do that, I think it demands your intelligence and your attention.
All I want from you is one code name. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy.
And that's it for this episode of Movie Juice, coming to you from the Critics' Choice Movie Awards. Next week, Renee Brack sits down with the Australian cast of A Few Best Men. In the meantime, stay tuned to Starpix for all the movies you know and actors you loved.
Broadcast in glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For all the best in entertainment news, find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and mnc.tv.